Hello, and welcome to the S&S Tire New Hire Orientation. My name is Kara Malone, and I'm the Director of Human Resources. I will be your guide throughout the New Hire Orientation, where you will learn all about the new company you work for, its history, our mission and values, and important details on how you get paid and company benefits. I want to welcome you to the S&S Tire team and thank you for making the decision to join our ranks to help continue our success in the tire industry. You have joined a great company. Let's continue. First things first, S&S Tire is family-owned and operated and was founded in 1974. In 2019, we celebrated our 45th anniversary, and it has been our best year yet. A lot has changed since 1974 when Don Schneider and Paul Swinzel, the original S&S, opened their first retail store in Lexington, Kentucky. Today, S&S Tire is one of the country's most successful independent tire distributors. We take great pride in building quality relationships with our customers. We have over 1 million square feet in inventory, and we keep direct relationships with the world's largest tire manufacturers. And of course, we have hundreds of the best employees in the business on our team. S&S Tire is well positioned for the future. Our vision is to be the leading and most trusted provider of tires and services in our geographic markets. Our mission is to create raving fans, and our core values are to live with integrity, character, and passion, possess a servant's attitude, commit to the pursuit of perfection, and accept the urgency of accountability and the necessity of change. If you look at the photo, you'll see Paul Swinzel in the center. He's one of our original founders. His son, Brooks Swinzel, is on the right, and he is our current president. Brock Swinzel, on the left, is our current director of supply chain. Now, we are family-owned and operated, but these guys weren't just handed their jobs. Brooks has worked in the warehouse, has been a driver, he's worked in sales, and he really knows the company and knew it well before he became president. Brock, now he's spent his summers working in the warehouse. He worked as a tire tech all through college and has worked in sales, marketing, and of course most recently in the supply chain. With more than 30 locations across 10 states, S&S Tire has the buying power to deliver low prices on quality brand tires. We are committed to providing an excellent tire buying experience and reliable service in a customer-friendly environment. It's the best of both worlds, the low prices of a national chain plus the personal service and great relationships that you only get from a strong family-owned business. It is what makes us different. S&S Tire is one of the largest purchasers of some of the world's most recognized tire brands, as well as leading some of the country's best Bandag dealerships. S&S Tire markets some of the world's most recognized tire brands, including Bridgestone, Firestone, Goodyear, and Continental. Enough bragging. Now let's go on to our geographic market map. As you can see on this map, we are primarily in the southeast of the United States. We have 3 main divisions. You'll see 18 red dots for our commercial centers. You'll see 11 blue dots for wholesale distribution centers, and 3 green dots for our retread manufacturing plants. Now you're probably thinking, wait, didn't we start as a retail store? Where are all the dots for that? Well, several years ago we phased out retail, especially when we were getting a bigger chunk of the market in the distribution world. Now if you are around the Lexington, Kentucky area, you will still see a few retail stores carrying the S&S Tire brand name. We still maintain great relationships with those independent owners and have no plans on changing that. Next, let's talk about what each division really does. Wholesale. This division serves tire dealers. These are national retail stores and mom-and-pop shops in large and small cities that sell tires to everyday people. We essentially hold inventory for them. They buy the tires based on the needs of their customers, and we deliver their daily. Commercial. This division serves fleets and operators of commercial trucks, trailers, and equipment. This is your semi-trucks, construction equipment tires, and fleets such as Coca-Cola and UPS. We commit to maintaining their tires 24/7, which may include sending a tire tech to replace a 50-pound tire at 1 a.m. on the side of the highway. Retread. This division serves to provide cost-effective retread tires that perform safely. We can actually retread a commercial tire several times before it is scrapped. This allows us to keep costs down for our commercial centers. Like you saw on the map, we operate in 10 states with over 30 locations, and we're growing. We are adding a wholesale distribution center in Tulsa, Oklahoma towards the end of 2019. Our sales dollars are over 300 million, and every year we are breaking new company records. We are well poised to continue that success in the future. This is our current organizational chart. I hope that you can one day put a face to each of these names. For now, it's important to know a few of them. This isn't the complete list of our leadership, but it's a good start. As I said earlier, Brooks Swinzel is our current president. He is the son of Paul Swinzel, the founder of S&S Tire. Our Chief Financial Officer is Julia Hannon. Our Chief Operating Officer is Rick Skinner. Our Controller is Lisa Wallen. Our VP of Sales is Bob Jenkins. Our Director of Operations is Jason Larkin. Our VP of Marketing is Jared Heisel. Our Director of HR is me, Kara Malone. Our Supply Chain Manager is Brock Swinzel. And our Director of IT is Michelle Dabney. If you work in wholesale at a distribution center, you will likely meet Jason Larkin, Director of Operations, who frequently visits these locations. If you work in sales, it's inevitable that you will get to know Bob Jenkins, VP of Sales. If you work at a commercial center, your manager will eventually report up to Rick Skinner, our Chief Operating Officer. At any given point, you will likely meet any of the people shown here. We are a family business after all. Here's where it gets a little tricky with company names. Our company is S&S Tire. Our wholesale distribution centers will go by that name, but many of the drivers for our wholesale centers who actually deliver the tires to our customers will work for Premier Transportation Network, a company that we own. The majority of our commercial tire centers, while owned by S&S Tire, go by the popular brand name Best One Tire and Service. To sum it up, most of our employees will have a pay stub and W-2 that state that they work for S&S Tire. Some drivers will have a pay stub and W-2 that reflect that they work for Premier Transportation Network. We own both of them. Stay with me. We are all a part of the larger Best One Tire group, which is what, for those of you taking medical insurance with us, is what our insurance cards show. Your human resources team consists of myself, the director, Jessica Cruz, our HR administrator. She deals with all new hires and benefits. We have Jean Martin, our payroll administrator, who makes sure you get a paycheck on time and can clock in and out. And she also helps with our 401k. Our contact information is listed there and throughout the company. Know that we will go above and beyond to answer any questions that you may have and navigate through all of your human resources needs. Well, you made it through the company information portion of employee orientation. Next up, we will talk about payroll, vacation and paid time off, and some basic must-have information for all new employees. In the employee information section, we will go over all the employment information pertaining to our internal information center, the IC, payroll, time away from work, and some general work rules and housekeeping items. S&S Tire has a website that you can go to internally, that means a computer at work, that employees can go to get employee information and forms. This is really helpful for finance, marketing, and other departments as well, and we commonly call this site the IC. And again, you can only get there from a work computer. You can navigate to the departments on the right, and for our purposes, we'll talk about the HR tab, which is the image shown here. This is your one-stop shop where employees can get any required forms, see the employee handbook, download the employee loan application, look up benefits information, and so much more. This is also where we post any internal job openings. The website is http://ic.sstire.com. All of our locations have a computer specifically for our employees so that they can access not only this information center, the IC, but also Paylocity, our payroll website, and Benefit Focus, where you go to enroll in benefits, which is what we'll talk about as orientation continues. Now let's talk about payroll. If no one has told you already, all salary and hourly employees get paid weekly, and every Friday is a payday for the previous week. This means that the paycheck you receive on Friday will include all regular hours and overtime for the last week. Great. Now how do you actually see the paycheck? Well, we actually have a self-service portal and a mobile phone app from our payroll provider, Paylocity. I encourage each of you to download this app. However, you will need to use a computer to set up your username and password for the first time. I'll say it again. The first time you log on needs to be from a computer so that you can set everything up, and then you can begin using the app. You will use Paylocity to view and print your paycheck stubs, view personal information such as W-2s, direct deposit and confirm your time clockings on your timesheet, and check any vacation or PTO balance, and you can even request off work from here. It is also here where you make any changes to your address, taxes, and more. Please, as a new employee, look closely at all of your information on Paylocity. Confirm that your taxes and withholdings are correct, your email is updated, and your address is correct, etc. You do not want to be the person calling in January missing a W-2 because it was sent to the wrong address. Don't be that guy. Instructions on logging in can be found on the IC, but your manager can also help you get logged on for the first time. You create and maintain your username and password. One important thing to note is the company number you will use to log in. If you are an SNS employee, which is 80% of our employees, you will use the company code 82258. If you are a driver through Premier Transportation Network, you will use the company code 82257. Again, instructions are on the IC, and your manager is available to help you log in for the first time from a PC or work computer. You can access Paylocity at work using one of the employee computers, any computer at home with internet access, and of course, via the mobile phone app. Next, we will talk about time away from work. Time away from work is important for burnout and perspective. We spend a lot of time at work, so while working hard is great, playing hard is also great. Paid vacation starts to accrue 1 year after your hire date. That means that on your work anniversary, you start growing your vacation stash. You accrue by calendar year, which means if you're hired at the very beginning of the year, you'll have all year to grow your vacation. In a full year, you will accumulate 10 full days because you have all year to get it. If you're hired in the middle of the year, say July, you will only end up growing about 5 days. There just isn't enough weeks left until December 31st for you to earn the full amount. After your work anniversary, you can use any vacation you will earn for the year. Of course, after your first year, vacation resets every January 1st with 10 full paid days. Vacation time is set to use it or lose it, which means you do not roll it over from year to year. Vacation should be planned 2 weeks in advance, and you should request off through your manager or in Paylocity, the same website that you go to print pay stubs. Vacation is not automatically approved, but will go through a supervisor. So keep in mind, anything you request is not officially approved until you get the approval from your manager. PTO or paid time off. After you are here 90 days, you automatically get 3 PTO days. Much like vacation, they do not roll over and you need to use them by the end of the year. PTO days do not need to be scheduled in advance, although if you can, we'd certainly appreciate it so that we can manage your absence. But we also understand that emergencies come up. You can't plan when you're going to be sick. If you can schedule them, do so in Paylocity or with a manager. Paid holidays. Our company is always closed on the following holidays: New Year's Day, Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. It is only a paid holiday when it falls on a regularly scheduled workday. We operate on what is considered a retail holiday schedule because of the nature of our business. So basically, we're the opposite of banks, who are off for everything. What that means is that if the holiday falls on a Sunday when we are normally closed, we are still closed, but no holiday pay is given, and we do not observe the holiday on the Monday. Some of our busiest days are right after a holiday. Some general and popular work rules are here. This isn't meant to be comprehensive, and I don't want to exhaust all new employees by going on and on about different work rules. But at the end of the day, if you perform your job duties to the best of your abilities, we're probably not going to run into too many issues. The company does prohibit deadly weapons on the property. We do prohibit conflicts of interest. Conflicts of interest could be anything from hiring some of our employees to having a tire shop, at your house. Smoking inside or outside the workplace other than in designated areas, and this does include the e-cigarettes just because there is an ignition point on those, so you don't want to have those in the warehouse. No use of cell phones, electronics in the warehouse, or while driving. This is fueled by DOT regulations. You cannot have a cell phone, be using a cell phone while driving. Drivers can use the Bluetooth headphones for work-related phone calls, and we do provide those Bluetooth headphones for our drivers. Otherwise, it is just not safe to be walking in or around a warehouse and with large commercial tires, not paying attention and looking at electronics or your cell phone. Drug and alcohol possession, use, distribution on company premises, that is a no-no. We are a drug-free workplace. We conduct random and reasonable suspicion drug testing, so let's not bring that into the workplace. Uniforms. Shirts and pants are provided for drivers and warehouse employees and must be worn while working. Employees must wear closed-toed shoes, no flip-flops or sandals. Again, that is a safety issue. And appearance should be presentable for interaction with customers, even if you're in the warehouse, even if you're in the commercial location. And a stretch is certainly in our retread centers, but you never know when there's going to be customers present, so just make sure that your appearance is presentable. Good attendance is defined by being to work on time every day that you're scheduled and ready to work. Each location runs dependent on its employees. We need you to be at work, and we want to pay you for your time. Attendance is pretty basic. You may clock in no later or earlier than 5 minutes prior to your scheduled work time. You must notify your supervisor if you're going to be late, 1 hour before your shift if you're going to be late or you're going to be absent. Absences of 3 or more consecutive days require a doctor's excuse just verifying that illness. And if you do not call or show up to work for 3 days, it will be considered job abandonment and your employment will be terminated. That's also called a no-call, no-show. So definitely call, let us know. If you need to be off, something is medically going on, please contact HR and your supervisor. There are different leaves that may be applicable, and we definitely want to help you. Progressive discipline. So there are times where we may have to discipline an employee. Certainly, we want to start with coaching and counseling. We want to coach up our employees. We want to make sure you know what our expectations are before we get to discipline. But there are times where we have to discipline. So failure to comply with company rules and or performing your job at an unsatisfactory level may result in employee discipline up to and including termination. We can always skip steps of the disciplinary process depending on the severity. Certainly, if you're stealing something crazy, something extreme, we're going to skip the steps. We're not going to coach you up. We're going to terminate you. But I don't want to talk too much about discipline, knowing that all of you guys are going to be star employees and it's not going to be an issue. At-will employer employment. Your employment is at will. Employees have the right to terminate their employment at any time for any reason, with or without cause, with or without advance notice. And likewise, the company can do the same. We can terminate an employee's employment at any time for any reason, with or without cause, and with or without advance notice. If you are still awake, the next section is all about employee benefits. So perk up, pause me if you need to go get some caffeine. We are almost done. All of our full-time employees are eligible for medical benefits, which include medical, dental, vision, and supplementary benefits. You are eligible for medical benefits the first of the month following 63 days of employment, not to exceed 90 days. This follows all Affordable Care Act guidelines. I'll give you a few examples. If you were hired on January 19th, your 63rd day would be March 23rd. Your insurance would start April 1st, the first of the month. Another example, if you were hired July 27th, the first of the month after 63 days would be October 1st. If you have any questions regarding your specific eligibility, call HR or talk to your manager. Approximately 2 weeks to a month before your insurance is set to start, you will receive a packet of insurance information that is mailed to your home address. It will include the benefits booklet and instructions on how to enroll online. Most importantly, it will include your enrollment deadline. There is a very strict new employee enrollment deadline set by our plan. If you miss it, then unfortunately you will have to wait until open enrollment for the following year. Please follow the instructions in your insurance packet. It is also important to understand that medical, dental, and vision are actually offered as a pre-tax benefit to insurance plans. Because of this, the healthcare law restricts changes employees can make mid-year. You can't jump on and off the plan. Enrollment is locked until open enrollment.
There are, of course, exceptions when there's a life-changing event such as marriage, divorce, birth of a child, adoption of a child, etc. And any of those life changes would open up a 30-day window that must be recorded. We have an important spouse rule regarding medical insurance. If your spouse is employed by another employer and that employer offers medical insurance to your spouse is no longer eligible for our medical insurance. Again, if they can get insurance through their employer, they cannot be on our plan. If they cannot get insurance elsewhere or their employer doesn't offer insurance, or even if they don't have a job or they're self-employed, they can remain on our plan. This is for medical insurance only. They can get on our dental, vision, and any supplementary insurance. Of course, if you have any questions about eligibility, the spouse rule, or any of the information I just talked about, call HR. Before I get into the details of our medical plans, two main things you need to know is first, our plans are through Anthem, Blue Cross, and Blue Shield. Second, we aren't going to go over premium rates or what is going to be deducted from your paycheck. For that information, you will need to wait until you get the benefits booklet that will be sent to your house. The first plan that is shown here is our $3,500 high deductible plan, or the health savings plan. This is the most popular and the cheapest medical plan we offer. In this plan, and the way all of our medical plans work, is that you will need to pay the medical cost of office visits, prescriptions, and other expenses until you hit your deductible, after which all of your medical expenses are paid for through the plan at 100%. S&S Tire is self-funded, which means once an employee hits the deductible, S&S Tire pays for all future claims. Before you hit that deductible, while the plan doesn't pay for medical costs, Anthem does offer significant discounts toward your costs. So it is still doing something. A great example is that you go to the doctor for, say, strep throat, and your office visit is $100. Anthem will discount that up to 35%. So the bill that you receive may only be $65. You would pay that $65 until you hit your annual deductible. On the family plan, you only have to hit $3,500 per person. So for example, if your child is sick, you only have to meet the $3,500 for him or her, not the full $7,000. You only need to meet the $7,000 as a family. Now this plan that we're looking at, the health savings plan, also offers a full range of benefits. For example, many generic medications are offered for free or at a low cost. Generic pain medications and many antibiotics are free. This plan also offers 100% coverage on preventative care. Annual physicals are completely free, flu shots are covered, age-appropriate immunizations, mammograms for women, colonoscopy screenings, among other preventative care is completely free. Another plus about this plan is that you can open up a health savings account, or an HSA, to help you pay for your healthcare costs. This is literally a separate pre-tax savings account that you will get a debit card for to use for all medical costs. You may also contribute to the HSA through payroll deductions. The huge benefit is that it's not taxed. It is definitely smarter to pay for your medical costs through this account rather than your bank. It will save you some serious cash. HSA money is portable, which means that it rolls over from year to year, and it is truly your account. If you leave the company for any reason, this account and that money is always your money. You don't lose it. Our second medical plan is the HRA 3500. This plan works similar to the previous plan in that you have a deductible that you must meet before the plan pays out. The biggest difference is that this plan covers prescriptions. The deductible for the prescription plan is $3,500 for the employee, but I must point out that this plan has a family deductible of $10,500. That is a significant leap from the previous plan. This plan is also more expensive to the employee on their paycheck deductions. This plan still has the full range of benefits and 100% coverage for preventative care. The main difference is that on the previous plan, you would have to pay the full price of prescriptions, and that would go towards your deductible. However, on this plan, on this screen, the prescriptions are categorized into 4 different tiers that range between $15 and $150. This plan is most likely beneficial to employees that have expensive medications that they take on a regular basis. For example, if you have a prescription that is $300 a month, on the first plan, you would have to pay that every time until you hit your deductible. On this plan, It may fall within Tier 2 or Tier 3, where you would only owe $30 or $55. Again, this plan is more expensive, and you cannot have a healthcare savings account. It's up to you to determine which of these plans are right for you and your family. I personally have my family on our medical, and we do the first plan. We just do not need the prescription coverage at this point, and I like the lower family deductible and the cheaper cost. If you feel like you made the wrong choice once you get into the plan, know that every single year we have open enrollment where you can make changes. This means that at the most, you are locked in to your choice for just 1 year. This next section is all about the best life rate and how you can save money if you have our medical plan. If you are on our medical plan, you will pay the regular rate. If you want to save 20% off of your premiums taken out of your paycheck as medical deductions, you can do several steps to earn what we like to call the best life rate. The steps you have to take to get the best life rate are listed here, are in many flyers all over our locations, and in the benefits packet that is sent to your house. In order to even begin the step-by-step process, you will need to register with Fitbit Plus. You can do that by downloading the app on your mobile phone or from the Fitbit Plus website. After you have registered, your next step is to go to your account and complete your motivation statement in the Me section, and then complete the Fitbit Plus health profile by answering all the questions. Those first few steps are all within the Fitbit Plus app, which is why it is so important to get registered. Next, you will need to do a health screening and know your numbers. You can do the health screening at LabCorp or with your personal physician. There are forms you must take them when you do the health screening. You can find those forms on the IC. Once you've done the screening and met our wellness goals, you have earned the best life rate. I know, you were saying, well, what's our wellness goals? Well, to meet our goals, you must have a BMI of 32.99 or below, blood pressure of 130/90 or below, and you only have to hit one of those blood pressure numbers, and be nicotine-free. If you are all of those things and have completed the steps, you will automatically earn the best life rate and 20% off of your insurance premiums. But wait, even if you do not meet those health goals, your blood pressure is too high, or you're a nicotine user, you can still earn the best life rate and 20% off your insurance. You just need to go through an extra hoop or an extra step. It's super easy and worth it to set up times with a health coach and do 4 15-minute health sessions. Everyone, and I mean everyone, is able to get this best life rate. If you like money and you don't want to pay more than you have to out of your paycheck, it is well worth going through this process. Keep in mind, if your spouse is on our medical plan, they will have to go through this procedure as well. Children do not have to. As always, more information can be found on the IC and in your benefit packet that is sent to your home address. If you don't like money, you can ignore this next part because it's all about more ways the company gives you free money when you do certain free health tasks. Again, you must be on our medical plan to participate. Sorry. The Fitbit Plus program that you used to earn the best life rate is also great for tracking different health activities, food, sleep, and stress to earn rewards and up to $120 per year. You only have to choose one thing to track. I personally track my sleep. If you do the personal health coaching, you can earn another $180 per year. Combine that with the 2 company-wide health challenges that we do every year, and you can actually earn $500 per year just for doing these free reward items. If your spouse is on the plan, they can also earn the $500. It's crazy to think by just doing a few things, you can earn that much money from the company. I'm not saying that it's not a little bit of work, but we give you free cash because we care about your health. This next section is all about supplementary benefits. You do not have to be on medical to enroll in these. We offer short-term and long-term disability to our employees at a small cost. This coverage is guaranteed to new employees, but if you want this insurance after your new hire enrollment, you will have to complete a health questionnaire and get approved, which can be declined, so keep that in mind. Short-term disability is an alternative income. That is, you get paid while you are out if you're injured outside of work. There is a 2-week waiting period, but if you are out up to 24 weeks off of work, you will be compensated by the short-term disability plan at 60% of your regular pay up to $1,000 a week. If you are your family's main source of income, I definitely recommend this insurance. You never know what life may throw at you. Long-term disability is another way to get paid if you are out of work due to medical reasons. It kicks in after 180 days or around 6 months. Other benefits that we offer are for the whole family, which include dental and vision. When we move away from talking about medical, the spouse rule no longer applies. That is, your spouse, regardless of insurance elsewhere, can take any of these benefits as long as you take them too. Dental is through Delta Dental of Kentucky, and we have 2 plans, the Basic Plan and the Basic Plus Plan. Both plans cover 2 free cleanings a year and 1 x-ray. The difference comes in with additional services such as fillings, tooth extractions, and surgery. For details, please read the information in the benefit booklet. For vision, we use VSP, and we only have 1 plan and includes an eye exam and certain coverages on glasses and contacts. Again, refer to the benefit booklet for these coverages. Additional supplementary benefit options that we offer are life insurance, term and whole life, critical illness, and accident insurance. Keep in mind, you do not have to be on our medical to enroll in these benefits. Let's talk life insurance. The company pays for a $25,000 life insurance policy for all full-time employees at no cost. So at a minimum, you want to go online and list a beneficiary for that policy when you enroll. If you want additional life insurance on yourself, spouse, and/or children, you have several options. For term life insurance, you can take up to $150,000 through Anthem and Guardian. As a new employee, you are guaranteed $100,000 on each of those plans. After your first time enrolling, that guarantee is no longer in play, so you will have to complete different medical forms to get approved or denied that insurance. We also offer whole life through Transamerica. On any of those life insurance policies, you can take up to 50% of what you took out on yourself on your spouse. So if you take out a policy on yourself for $100,000, you can take up to $50,000 on a spouse. You cannot take out life insurance on your spouse unless you take out life insurance on yourself. Same goes for children. Make sure to look at the benefit booklet for cost and further explanation of our life insurance options. We also offer critical illness insurance, which would pay a lump sum between $5,000 and $20,000, whichever one you elect at enrollment, if you were to get diagnosed with a critical illness or have a heart attack or stroke. You can take out this policy on your spouse, and your children are automatically covered. Accident insurance covers accidents that occur outside of work. It pays a small benefit depending on the injury, burn, or accident. They essentially price out your body and pay different prices depending on what body part was injured and how severe it was. You can take out this insurance on yourself, spouse, and/or children. I do like to point out that these are all supplementary benefits, which means it's insurance on top of insurance. You may or may not need these benefits, so don't feel pressured to take them. It greatly depends on your individual situation. If you have a family history of critical illness, maybe critical illness is something you should think about. If you have children playing sports and are accident prone, maybe accident insurance is right for your family. These are not insurances that everyone will need. We also offer several employee benefits outside of medical and insurance benefits. First, we offer an employee assistance program because we believe that the mind is just as important to take care of as the body. This program provides confidential support for your whole family. It is a phone line that you can call in, and if need be, they will set up to 4 face-to-face visits with a counselor. So if you're going through a difficult time, whether it be through grief, divorce, financial or medical issues, or you're experiencing high stress from something that's happening in your life, we highly recommend you call this employee assistance program. Next, we are in the tire business, so of course we have an employee purchase program. If you'd like to buy tires, please ask your manager and they will be able to give you pricing on the specific tire you are looking for. We also have a 10% discount through Verizon and a 14% discount through AT&T for your different cell phone plans. We offer fitness reimbursement on gym memberships or fitness equipment that is $100 per year. To claim that benefit, please complete the fitness reimbursement form found on the IC and return to the Human Resources Department with your receipt. Finally, we still offer employee loans once you've been employed for 6 months. You have to be an employee in good standing to take out $500 twice a year. You borrow the money and then pay it back interest-free in $25 or $50 increments from your weekly paycheck. The very last thing on employee benefits is about our 401k retirement plan. 401k is managed by Fidelity Investments, and all employees are eligible after 90 days of employment. That is outside and nothing to do with insurance enrollment. To enroll, you need to go to 401k.com. S&S Tire offers company matching to your contributions. We are generous in our match. The first 3% of your pay we will match at 50%, and the next 3% we match at 25%. You don't want to leave money on the table, especially when it's free. I'd love to see every employee start their retirement at 6% for the full match, but at a minimum, enroll in the 3% so that you're getting the smart 50% match. We want you to be able to retire one day. Now I will quickly do a safety overview. Our safety manager is Tim Nicholson. Our accident protocol is that all accident injuries that happen on company premises while working or in a company vehicle must be reported to your direct manager immediately. Drug and alcohol testing must be done immediately. Failure to do so may result in disciplinary action. Also, if you have not already been directed to do so by your manager, please watch the 2 safety videos and complete the safety quiz that is found on the IC. That is your homework. Next is the brief handbook overview. We have an online copy of our handbook that is located on the IC. Each location also has a physical location copy of the handbook. We do not print the handbook for each individual employee as it is over 40 pages. However, if you like, you can print it from the IC. Several things I like to highlight from the handbook are that 1, we are an equal employment opportunity employer when it comes to selection, training, promotion, among other employment-based decisions. And 2, we have a zero harassment policy based on ethnicity, race, religion, sex, national origin, and other factors. This means that we do not tolerate harassment in any form, and if you have one incident, you may be off our team and terminated. We do take harassment very seriously. And 3, I want you to be aware of our red flag reporting line. You will receive a wallet card with your benefit booklet that will have the contact information. If there's an issue that you'd like to report, you can always report it to your manager or HR. However, if you would like to report it anonymously, you can do so by reporting online or calling the red flag number. Make sure to enter our client code and give as many details as possible and a location number. This will help us as we investigate because we do have over 30 locations and we want to find out exactly what is going on. Thank you. The final part of the new hire orientation is the S&S Tire crosswalk and our harassment training. All of our employees need to be aware of this crosswalk. The crosswalk consists of green, yellow, and red stages when it comes to harassment. The green stage is when you see or know about conduct that's appropriate. In these situations, of course, no action is required. Green means go. The yellow stage, when you see or know about conduct that may be considered risky. In those cases, if possible, step in and stop the conduct. Then report what's happened to your supervisor. Slow down. The red stage is when conduct is clearly inappropriate and violates our policy. When you come across a red situation, stop the conduct if possible and report it immediately. I encourage employees to say, hey, you're in the red, because everyone knows what that means, and it means to stop. We all come from different backgrounds, so we all perceive situations, jokes, and behaviors differently. Please just be alert with your surroundings and be respectful of your coworkers. All right, guys, thank you so much for attending this new hire orientation training, and welcome to the S&S Tire family. We hope that you enjoy working for us, and if you ever have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to your human resources team for help. And also, don't forget to complete the orientation quiz after this video so that you can get credit for attending. Have a wonderful day.